What's happening, folks? Mitch Smith here. Today we're going to be doing a breakdown riff by riff of the Bad Company classic Feel Like Making Love. So the great thing about this song is it can be done on acoustic or electric. There's actually both in the song, and it's a great song to sing along to, and it's doable to guitarists at a fairly early level. So the coolest thing is the intro. So let's break that down, and this is going to give you an introduction to inverted chords. Now the chord progression itself is just the standard classic rock D, C, G, D. That's the boring old way to do it. So let's pull it up here and do an inversion. Now if we come to the 10th fret and bar the first and second string, and then with your second finger reach over to the third string and get 11. What you have there is an inverted D chord. Okay? And so it's like taking an F chord and bringing it up F, G, A, B, C, D, but we no longer need that third finger because we have the open D string we can play. Okay, and if that's D, back that up a whole step, you got C. And then we're going to make a D chord shape here at the 7th and 8th fret, and do the hammer on with the pinky, and that hammer is on the 8th fret. Second time around, D, C, G, D, and that's just a regular D chord. Now through this whole intro, I just barely graze the 4th string open. That gives me that underlying D tone, so that strongly establishes that that is the key I'm in. So okay, next the verse, very simple. We're just going to toggle between D and G, and we can do a G5 here. That gives us the opportunity to leave this third finger anchored, going think about you, think about love. Okay, and what I like to do is kind of establish the groove with my right hand. So I'm going to bass, strum, bass, bass, strum. It just does that through the whole verse. Now coming into the chorus, that's when we're going to need an electric guitar or some distortion. Now if you're doing this in like some sort of acoustic setting, then you can certainly do this without distortion, but the song itself calls for power chords here from C to D. Now I'm at the 3rd fret, 5th string, making that a power chord, and I'm going to slide that up a whole step. Okay? Then hit that chord again. Then C, G. So I just took that power chord on down to the 6th string. Do it again. Now, we're going to go C, C, G, come on up all the way to an F here. Now that's going to put a root note on the 4th string. and we're going to finish on a D. And on that one, just to give it a little extra oomph, I catch the 5th string open. Okay, so feel like making love to you. So the entire chorus would be. So as I said, if you're in an acoustic setting, or if you're on an acoustic guitar, or if you didn't want to use distortion for some reason, you could kind of stay at home on this D and pull from this C right here. C add 9, G, Now the first guitar solo has some harmony in it. I'm going to show you the melody of it first, and then we're going to add some harmony notes. But we're going to start right here at the 7th fret of the 2nd string. Do a little kind of a trill from 5 to 7, then to 8. 7, 8, 12, 10, 12, 7. I'm sorry, 8. So. Okay. So when we have that harmony in there, let's think about what our chords would be. This is another D inversion right here. So we could borrow that. And that's going to the G chord. Now we already said we had a G here. Okay. So D, and you could call that like a D6 maybe. Back to G. Back into the verse and chorus again. So now the outro. They're just hammering that chorus and vamping it out, looping it out. But what the lead does, the lead steps in and plays out of D minor pentatonic. So let's establish that. That's and the extension to that if we just extend this and this, and that's our D right there. That's the same as this D. Okay? We're not going to learn the solo note for note per se, but I'm going to show you the high points to get you going to where you can kind of make it your own. So we have that's going over the background. And what we're going to do is come to this. Now there's our D right there on 15. We're going to come right below it, bend that a whole step. So that just makes a little power chord right there. That's the note you're bending to. But you got to bend it. You don't want to be on that note. You want to bend to that note. Okay? And come down into this pentatonic pattern. Okay, and then the next time it comes around, and what I did there is I just did exactly the same thing, except I went 13 and 15 on the first string, and then 15 on the second. And then I think there's some and so all these extensions of that pentatonic box. That's what he's fooling around with. I even think there's a bend in there where he's bending that note. There. So those are some of the high places of the solo and some of the positions he's playing out of. And so it's not one of those solos to where it's a very really recognizable melody line through the whole thing, but some of those licks are kind of recognizable. So fool around with that, make it your own, and he's just improvising out. You know, I would be surprised if I heard that that was a thought out composed solo. That was probably just something that was improv in the studio that stuck and just became the song. So that is how I play Bad Company's classic Feel Like Making Love. I hope this video was helpful to you. If so, give me a like, follow my page, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.